Hi, I'm Margie from Marjorie's Candies, and I'm going to make cinnamon pretzels today. They're very simple to make. All you need is some butter and some oil and a little corn syrup, and then we're going to pour that over and toss them with cinnamon sugar and bake them. Very easy to make. And they're a lot of fun to have at parties. The Super Bowl's coming up. Lunch boxes. Just as any treat. So let me start by, I'm going to add, this is 1/4 cup of butter. I'm going to add another 1/4 cup of oil. This is a simple canola oil. You don't want anything that's going to have too much flavor. So then I'm going to add the butter and the oil and the corn syrup together and bring it to a boil. And in the meantime, I'm going to get my pretzels ready and my cookie sheets. You really want to cook these on a tray, on a cookie sheet that has parchment on it. That's really very important. You know, when you bake them, you'll see why, because they have a little bit of candy because of the butter and the sugars, and so they might stick. This is really the best way to do it. Here I have the bowl, and it has pretzels broken up. This is like a sourdough pretzel. There's 1 pound here, and they look like this. And what I do is I break them up. I just kind of squash it, and it breaks up. You kind of want them small. Pieces even like that big are really great with the raw end, not raw, but I mean the rough end showing, because that holds on to the butter. Well, you want to break them up pretty good, not too small. And then all you do is you're going to take, ouch, that's pretty hot, careful. You want to pour your liquid over your pretzels. Oil, it's just oil, corn syrup, and butter. Okay, give it a toss. Then you're going to take about 1 cup of sugar. And I have cinnamon sugar here. I'll measure out 1 cup. It's about 1 cup. Give it a chance to soak in a little. And then sprinkle over the top a good half of it. And we're going to stir that in. A little more on. Just want to get them very nicely coated. I always think of apple pie when I do this. Get that cinnamon up on the pretzels. And then bring your cookie sheet over and put half of them on one cookie sheet and spread it out. Half them on another. Then we'll get them into the oven, which is 325. Oven is 325. And we're going to bake them for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to put the top tray on the bottom rack of the oven and the bottom rack on the top tray, and they should be done in about another 10 minutes, maybe less. Now the first 10 minutes is up, so I'm going to turn. This is what I mean when I say I'm going to turn them. I'm going to, I always usually take them out of the oven, give that one a turn. This one up here, and that one there, and then just put this one back in. And that's how I turn my my trays when I say I'm turning trays in the oven. So these are now done. You want to be careful not to cook the pretzels too much, because they're already cooked. So you want to watch them. So if it's a little less, so first you put them in for 10 minutes, and then you put them in for another 10 minutes after you turn them, but watch them on that second 10 minutes and make sure they don't get too brown. So these just came out of the oven, and we're going to let them cool. I'm going to make the cinnamon sugar now. I have a cup of sugar here, which is really what you need for this recipe. And I'm going to add a nice heaping tablespoon of cinnamon. This is one of those things that is to taste. So you can put as much cinnamon in as you like, but this seems to work well for me. And that's all there is to it, and store it in a container that's sealed pretty tight, and you'll have it for quite a while, just in this little zippy sandwich bag. And you can have it for breakfast in the morning on toast. But here, this is what we're going to use for our pretzels. So our pretzels are nice and cool, so I cleaned out my bowl, and I have a scoop. You can use a 2-cup sour cream container. Plastic container works great as a scoop. And I'm just going to dumping them in. You see, that's the sugar that will stick to your tray if you're not careful. The butter and the sugar. It's almost like a Florentine cookie. You know what that is at Christmas time? All the dried fruit. It's almost like a little fruit cake without getting the whole fruit cake. And that makes that good. So you break them up a little. I'm not breaking the pretzel, I'm just breaking where they were connected with the melted sugar. And then I have a zippy bag. And I'm just going to store them in the zippy bag. If you put them in something airtight, they really will last for months. As long as your pretzels will last. Okay? So thank you very much for joining us to do these cinnamon pretzels, and I hope you really enjoy them. I look forward to hearing what you have to say, and I'll be back. Bye.